home is where it's at for customer electronics companies. And I suspect that people are going to go very quickly to the internet to start researching their options. And I mean, although they might seem like James Bond characters to some of us now, I think pretty soon actually it's just going to be, you know, a point of conversation.
When we start seeing products like this that are well designed, that offer real needs-based innovation, i.e. not just because it looks lovely for Steve on the wall, but it offers me fuel efficiency. Also, those things are combining now, so the installers are realising as consumers themselves, these things really aren't that scary, and it's becoming commonplace that if I switch this device on, of course it will find my home Wi-Fi. Why wouldn't it?
In the future, we could slowly start ending up with being part of a larger network, a larger grid, whether it's a small community, a town or a city, and with electricity demands are very high, water demands are peaking, there might be a larger authority which have control of it, and they might be saying to certain areas, you can use your washing machine at this time because it's there's less demand for that water in your area for that, so it's kind of...
There are many problems that can be overcome, I think, with the use of digital technology. You know, today we see what we're doing with Platinum, just allowing people a greater sense of control and giving people feedback, and I think we could probably all imagine where that's going and what we're...
We can't prejudge what their requirements are. You know, if it's an elderly person, it might be access control and CCTV, we find a lot, because they want to know who's approaching their protected space. Younger people might be more about entertainment. A mother who is, on the one hand, juggling some homework with her kids, just finishing up their tea, they've got to get in the bath. You know, you could fire off the shower or the bath so that it's ready when she's marked them upstairs. You know, there's little efficiency.
Simple things actually transform quite daily tasks that can be quite challenging, and I think it is where it adds value to you in everyday life.
The only thing I have an opinion on as far as design goes is when it affects my design. That's when it really gets me frustrated.
It's terrible to hear that, because, you know, one of the key things about technology and the new era we live in is it should be getting out of the way more and not imposing the same burdens on design and the way we live. It should be relieving as well.
I think that's where it's trying to understand the difference between people who are embracing technology because it adds value, or people who are doing it because it's the latest thing.
That's increasingly less about thinking of the shower as a sort of very siloed product or experience within the room. You know, what digital technology is doing is tying together all of these strands and behaviours across the home. I mean, I think it's a very kind of accessible, affordable, and I think most importantly, empowering product or system. I think, you know, people have just generally got used to, or they have a sense of being empowered in other areas of the home all their lives.
I think it's about, it's not simplifying it, it's sort of directing people to the bit that will help them most and giving them the options.
One application is duty of care for elderly parents, and we talked about it earlier, that says, would you like to know that the shower has been the routine of your nearest and dearest is available to you? I don't need to phone them and check up, but actually I know that they are up and they're working, and it's a simple piece of functionality which...
That's where it has the technology that we're talking about actually has the potential to have a benefit.
And
it's not just a gadget stuck there, it looks pretty, but actually it is doing something.
Because what people don't want to do is, you know, approach something like this Honeywell lyric and put it in, save some money for 2 years, then have to upgrade it by ripping it out and changing it. And, you know, it's cost neutral, isn't it? It's, you know,
but sort of in a future-proofing point of view, I think you were saying, Tom, that people aren't really, because it costs, or in their mind it costs, it's not a priority, but what's sort of the uptake on that?
So if you know, it's providing a platform, so it's a network which can then be adapted in the future, rather than throwing in all the technology at once at the early stage where you're probably struggling to build that extension anyway, or you have that network there which enables you in 10, 20 years time to add to it